Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a little video about rejection and talk about a few things that I think about when it comes to rejection in the arts. And I think when people told me as a young person, oh, you're going to go into the performing arts, well, be careful, there's a lot of rejection in the performing arts, that can be really tough. What I envisioned was the kinds of rejection that I had experienced so far. And that was like walking down the theater hallway in high school, the day of the cast list posting, and like looking up there and not seeing my name where I wanted or not seeing my name at all. And that sucked, of course. But at the same time, it was kind of a very like clear agreement that I'd entered into in that kind of situation where like I had auditioned and now you're going to decide whether or not I'm in, and if so, what my part is. And those kinds of rejections certainly are very challenging to deal with. And there are quite a few of those. But there's another kind of rejection that's actually a lot more common in my experience working in the professional world, and that's that many opportunities, gigs as a performer, commission opportunities as a composer are actually never put up in such a way that we apply and then go check that cast list or check that award list. You know, some things are. There are certainly a lot of competitions and there are certainly things we audition for or apply for, but quite a few other things are things that are offered through networking or who are offered through word of mouth. And so that kind of rejection of like, wow, I'm moving in this community maybe, and yet I'm not being asked. That's kind of a different kind of rejection that feels in some ways a lot worse because the remedy for that is a little bit more challenging to think about, right? One remedy for the sort of rejection of an audition situation or of a competition situation or a call for scores situation is right to just do more, to try to do more and match yourself to like the best fit that you can within your budget, because these things often cost time and money, right? But what's the remedy for moving around in a community and finding that you're not chosen? That kind of rejection can really hurt, right? And can seem a little bit more ambiguous what to do about. So I have a few suggestions. And the number one thing that I want you to go back to is think back on the projects you've done over the last year or two and what were the most satisfying projects to you and who was involved in them and who were the people that you had the best experiences working with. And most likely, if you had a really good time working with them, they probably had a good time working with you. And so those are the people that I would go back to and strengthen some relationships, like see where are they performing next or what are their more recent projects that they're working on. Can you go support them? Can you show up and strengthen that friendship and not necessarily ask for anything, right? Just go, wow, these were people I really enjoyed working with. This was the kind of music I really enjoyed doing, and go put some investment in to those relationships. And usually, again, if these are people that you enjoyed working with, that should be pretty joyful. Like, of course, sometimes we feel a little jealousy if we go to somebody's event. That's very normal. I want to normalize that. But hopefully, if these are people you like, you do start to find that genuine joy and appreciation and excitement in supporting them. I think that's a good thing to build, because that's something that we all want to cultivate, is how to be happy for other people, right, as well as for ourselves. And then to see where the opportunities come up to talk to those people again about the things you're hoping to do. Wow, I really liked this, and this. Getting specific, about that time we worked together recently. Something I've been dreaming of is doing this. What are you dreaming of? Is there a way we might be able to work together? And those kinds of conversations are really helpful because they clarify for you what you want to do and who you want to do it with. And they also build up some dreams with collaborators who might be teammates for making that happen. And you're also really clarifying for the people who are your closest supporters, the people who you enjoyed working with, who enjoyed working with you, what are the kinds of artistic work you want to do. So as they're going out through the world, they have that knowledge. Oh, right? Lisa really loves to do contemporary music, and oh, Lisa really loves to do really theatrical things, right? These are some of the things I like to do. So when they're talking to their colleagues, even if you're not in the room and something comes up, oh, we need a mezzo soprano who can run around the stage like she's a squirrel or something, right? Oh, well, I think I might know of somebody, that sparks that for them for these kinds of opportunities for which there is no formal audition or application process, right? So I really think it's important to acknowledge that there's a lot of rejection in the field, but that the rejection actually looks a little different than maybe what it looked like when we were maybe in school, if we have collegiate degrees in music, that was kind of more cut and dry, and those things can be very challenging, but there's this other challenge that in some ways is a little harder sometimes for us to figure out what are our next steps. And those would be my suggestions. Get really clear on the things that you most enjoy doing and that you'd like to do work like that again. Get really clear on who those collaborators were who were involved in that kind of work. Go support, reconnect, rekindle, reinvest in those relationships in any ways you can, and then start some conversations with them about what you would like to be doing. Is there a possibility to do that together? Do they know of anybody who's doing stuff like that? And you can even explicitly ask your colleagues. These are your close colleagues, right? As you're having these conversations, you can say, I am really, really working hard to build up my artistic work in these specific ways. And if you hear of people looking for that kind of work, I would really appreciate it if you would connect them with me. And sometimes we need to be that clear, even with people who are rooting with us, because a lot of people just assume that everybody else around them is doing great and has all the work they want, and that they're the only ones wishing that they could do more stuff. And so bringing some people on your team, some colleagues, and letting them know really clearly, this is the kind of thing I'm longing to do, and asking them, what are you longing to do? Maybe we could do it together. If not, I can keep my ear out and mention your name when those things come up. So I hope that helps. And I know that rejection is a really big topic. So I'm curious, what are your challenges around rejection right now? What are the questions you have? Let me know in the comments and let's talk about it. Okay, I hope you have a good day.